Alright, good morning everyone. Today we're going to do a build overview and a first drive of my H10 Optic kit. I just barely got this thing. Kind of a spur of a moment decision, truthfully. But I changed the livery on it to this Voodoo. That's purple, kind of a purple sparkle to it. From what it was, I was going to do a Swamp Thing build, but I didn't like the way it looked. So I did this Voodoo because I think the purple looks great with it. We're going to start off with some, let's see, get the camera to adjust properly. There we go. I'm going to start with some Mickey Thompson Pro Baja X and a G8 compound with some SSD double time wheels. We also have a Reefs Triple and a Fusion Se. I stole these Desert Lizard shocks off of another build. They're set up in a droop setup, so the springs in them are a little worn out, but as you can see, it doesn't fully extend when you lift it up the front. It was a little bit more than I would like, but I need some new springs in it. Let's go ahead and get on the rocks and see how it does. So I got this paired up to a RadioMaser MT12 with RadioMaster's receiver. I think I'm going to get it changed out because I don't like RadioMaster's receiver because they always tend to disconnect. I don't have that problem with Red Cat's Fly Sky receiver, so I might get a Fly Sky receiver for this build. Let's go ahead and get to it. So this is kind of my own personal gatekeeper on this one trail that I have. This line I normally kind of leave for the four-wheel steer buggies or four-wheel steer vehicles, just because the belly tends to hang up right here. But if I can get it to, if I can get it to bounce up it, I think I can make it just fine. Need that passenger side tire on the back to grip a little bit better. Just like that. Now if we can bump it, damn it. If we can bump it, we should be able to make it up. There we go. Now this other line is off to the right on this obstacle. You should just be able to climb right on up it. Get backed up a little bit. Get over. There we go. Just like that. So this is my first Vanquish that I have ever owned, and so far I'm liking it. It's also my first straight axle build I've ever had too. And so far I'm also liking the straight axles. It wasn't supposed to happen. There we go. These obstacles are pretty easy anymore. I've done them quite a few times, so I kind of just know where to go. I'm going to try and talk a little bit more in this video. Let me know what you guys think, if I should talk more or be quiet and just let you guys watch it crawl. This next little area can be a little tricky at times. There's just a lot of things to get hung up on, especially being straight axle. So just try and keep everything up high and not fall down to the passenger side, which is able to do that. I'll go ahead and change camera angles real quick. So if you watch a lot of my videos, you'll notice that some of these obstacles look the same, and it's because this stuff is just behind my house. These are kind of like dedicated trails that I run quite often. So my plan for this buggy, or H10 Optic, whatever you want to call it, I want to do a rear steer build with it, kind of like my Capra. I want to see how capable I can make it while looking good. So this obstacle I've noticed that gets a little difficult when you're trying to use a stiffer compound, kind of like a G8 compound. Also might be the wheelbase. I am not used to this wheelbase yet. This is just a kind of a steep wall climb. Let's adjust this camera real quick. Alright. And I think it kind of tests the rollover angle, especially this beginning part. Or not roll over, but kind of fall backwards part. This trail in general is just really fun, honestly, and that's probably why I keep on running it all the time. Now this obstacle tests the side hill ability real nicely, especially if I want to be a little bit more aggressive with it. But these axles aren't quite as wide as the Capra axles, so I can sit down a little bit lower. So this is the entrance to one of my obstacles that I refer to as a very bad word, because it annoys me all the time. But this obstacle is just tricky. It's narrow with big rocks, and some days vehicles do better than, sometimes they do better than other days. Which today might look like it's going to be an easy day. See, this is where it gets tricky at the end. The beginning and the end is really tricky. You keep on wanting to roll over. So you don't want to go too far to the left because you get into some nice big rocks that like to hang up. So sometimes the best option is to go straight up the wall. See if we can get out of here. Only made quick work of it today, other than the fact that the front end did not want to settle at all. So I'm planning on changing the shocks, but I think I'm still going to run Desert Lizards unless I can find a different option. But I'm going to do them a little bit different than I have in the past. I'm going to do a equal droop and equal preload, because I like to have a little bit of a, spring in it, so that way when you bump it, you're not hitting quite as solid, but I also like the droop setup too. And also these are 100mm shocks. But so far this thing crawls very well for what it is at this point in time. We're kind of just throwing it together. This little area is great for getting hung up on stuff or falling into a hole. Now this one's a very tight squeeze. You end up scratching up some body panels and just normally scratching everything in general. So maybe these straight axles will help. Looks like the straight axles help lower it a little bit. It's still close though. Come on. There we go. I normally fall off that right there. This one's always nice and fun. It's a nice little side hill to drop off. You just gotta stay up as much as you can. Kind of get your front end to hook a little bit. There it goes. Alright, that's all I got for this video. I guys hope you guys enjoyed the obstacles I went on. So far, I actually really enjoy this Vanquish H10 Optic. I've always had a not the greatest opinion about Vanquish just because of the price point. And this kit is pretty pricey, but I think it's worth it, especially with the H10 Optic axle. I'm really enjoying that. My plans for this in the future is I got some Pro Build wheels to match the color scheme coming. And I want to do rear steer and a VFD twin possibly with the front and rear dig. I might do something else, maybe possibly a dual motor transmission if I could figure out how to make that work, but I'm not 100% positive. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe and let me know what you guys think I should do to this. Catch you guys later.